Hi there, it's Vanessa from Cove, and you're listening to the 65th edition of The Networker. This week, we'll explore why one entrepreneur swears by daily lunches with strangers, how tough job markets are testing adaptability and resilience, why soft skills matter more than technical ones in the age of AI, and fresh approaches to networking for those who feel they don't have a network at all. We'll also hear how nudges and mantras shape trust in teams, why fitness is becoming a powerful backdrop for founder relationships, and how professional networks can ease the overwhelm of learning AI. Finally, we'll close with a reminder from Cove on why generosity is a lasting advantage. Plus, our book of the week reveals how gifting done right can turn clients into advocates. And our podcast of the week explores the role of humor in building trust at work. So let's dive in. Networking usually conjures visions of crowded rooms and endless business cards. But Rogers Healy makes the case for something simpler: lunch. In Entrepreneur, he shared how one meal with one new person every weekday changed his network completely. Food breaks down walls in ways formal meetings never can. Without slides or agendas, conversations reveal real challenges, goals, and ideas. His ritual, Lunch with Legends, isn't about pitching, but listening. Each conversation is a chance to help, connect, and follow up with value. The takeaway is that meaningful networking is built in small, consistent steps and not mass introductions. Now let's turn to the job market. Reporting from the Associated Press and the Seattle Times highlighted how young graduates are struggling to secure roles in a stagnant economy. Quit rates are low, hiring is slow, and competition is fierce. What makes the difference? Networking and adaptability. Stories like Jennifer Moglia's, who tracked every contact in a spreadsheet during her internship, show that relationships open doors that applications alone can't. Others, like Luke Sutton, shifted career focus entirely when their industries stalled. The lesson is that persistence, openness, and building connections often matter more than chasing the perfect role. From jobs to skills, Harvard Business Review featured new research on why soft skills are the true currency of the future. Collaboration, adaptability, and even mathematical thinking are proving more valuable than specialized technical expertise alone. In the age of AI, companies are learning that it's not enough to hire coders or analysts. They need people who can problem solve across teams, navigate uncertainty, and adapt to shifting tools. For individuals, that means honing skills that travel well between industries and careers. For leaders, it means hiring for potential, not just technical checkboxes. Forbes then addressed the common refrain: "I don't know how to network." Writer Julia Korn reframed it beautifully. Networking isn't about transactions, it's about curiosity. The best connections come from asking what you can learn from someone, not what you can get. She points to simple, practical steps: coffee chats with alumni or LinkedIn connections, volunteering for causes you care about, or joining classes and hobbies that naturally spark conversation. Even casual acquaintances, neighbors, gym partners, friends of friends can become career catalysts. The message is clear: anyone can build a network when they approach it with curiosity and generosity. Cove's latest Connection Crew Masterclass offered a different lens, one grounded in practice. From Zach Blumenfeld's nudge to simply reach out when someone crosses your mind, to Liz Ottison's Elastigirl exercise that celebrates the people who stretch our strengths, to Colin Mincy's reflections on mantras we carry from our families and mentors, each activity showed that trust grows from intentional small actions. Add in the high-low check-in, a deceptively simple practice of sharing one joy and one challenge, and you've got tools that deepen connection quickly. The thread here is that culture isn't built in grand gestures, but in quiet habits of attention and care. Over at Forbes, Trevor Clausen introduced Rally, a community where founders meet not over cocktails, but through workouts. High-intensity sessions in London, Los Angeles, and Munich have created unlikely spaces for conversations that feel authentic because they're anchored in shared activity. When endorphins are high, walls fall down. Beyond networking, sport builds resilience, discipline, and the mindset to push through uncertainty, traits founders know all too well. It's a reminder that meaningful connections can form wherever we create shared experiences, even in a gym. Finally, the National News Desk highlighted a survey from LinkedIn showing that employees feel overwhelmed by the push to master AI at work. Nearly half said learning AI felt like another job. Career expert Catherine Fisher argued that the answer is simple: turn to your network. Sharing how you're experimenting, asking for tips, and swapping strategies transforms anxiety into shared growth. She even shared her own story, posting a basic video on how she used Microsoft Copilot to manage email, which became her most engaged post. The point is that no one learns alone. Networks provide perspective, encouragement, and solutions that make change less intimidating. Before we close, a quick word from the bookshelf. This week's book is Giftology by John Ruhlin. It argues that genuine generosity is one of the most powerful tools in business. Thoughtful, agenda free gifts deepen trust, spark referrals, and transform relationships into long term partnerships. When done with intention, gifting becomes more than a gesture, it becomes a strategy for loyalty and retention. And for your commute, the HBR IdeaCast features Adam Christing on the kinds of humor that help leaders build trust. His advice is to use surprise, gentle self humor, and callbacks to shared moments, while avoiding sarcasm or sensitive topics. Humor works when it's kind, shared, and true to you. Done well, it disarms, connects, and creates space for honesty and leadership. That's all from the 65th edition of The Networker. This week's stories remind us that connection thrives in many forms: over meals, in gyms, through coffee chats, or in quick online check ins. What matters most is consistency, curiosity, and care. Because in the end, networks aren't built on numbers, they're built on meaning. And don't forget, there's more to explore in your inbox with the full email edition of The Networker waiting for you there. I'll see you next time.